Hello everybody, this is going to be another one of the world famous Months in Review, the monthly video series that I do where I go ahead and I talk about how my last month was, how it went, anything changed, anything different, and how it's going in the future. This is obviously about a week late as I was initially going to record a month in review, but unfortunately I had some pretty tragic news, is that my nan had passed away, which wasn't exactly the finest way to go about August. August was the time of a lot of thinking and a lot of change. Very quickly over the last couple of months, having to help my brother with his rehab and his injury has given me a lot more thought, a lot more practice adulting, and a lot more willing to do more stuff that before I thought was absolutely terrifying. Like this month, I've obviously been thinking about it for a while. Over the last couple of months or so, I've started to truly believe in the idea that I do want to move out of this current place, and I do want to go ahead and no longer do leatherworking. And as of just yesterday, I officially am no longer going to be working there after Christmas. Obviously, there was no official works, family business and all that, but as of Christmas time, after that point in the new year, I will now be able to work on whatever the fuck I want full time. That'll mostly be, I think I'll start doing more streaming stuff, and I don't know if I think I'll change a bit of how I'll do the streams. I do want to incorporate Piggy a little bit more, as Piggy is the friend that I am looking to move in with, as he is moving to the UK from Ireland, and we're going to get set up and hopefully find our own little place where we can chill and just get along pretty calmly. August was a weird month though. August was the first month where all the universal credit stuff started to stop. We got the boosted money and the we don't need to fucking talk to you anymore, which was a pretty decent feeling. It took a good 6 months or so, but it was just a very freeing feeling, a feeling that I no longer have to dehumanize myself in order to claim for something that I am eligible for, that being incapable of working. So that stress is gone. Leaving work at the end of the year, that stress is gone. And now we just continue on as we build towards the future and figure out what I actually want to do and get to do a lot more of it full time, hopefully at some point soon in my own place. So yeah, August has been a particularly busy month. It was a month I went cat sitting in the first week or two, which was good fun, and it did really give myself a big boost, a big I definitely realized that things probably should change, and things should, I no longer started believing that, people say the grass is always greener. Well, the grass was always greener here, in the home, in the family home. But at this point, I don't feel like the grass is greener here. I feel like there are some issues that would be much better being actually renting my own place, having my own space, and having someone who is at the same part of life as me. So obviously that's been pretty big, a pretty decent change. Obviously I haven't really streamed much. I did one stream, which was a bit of Simpsons, and then it turned into Scrabble and Solitaire, which I would still like to get back into streaming properly. I know this year's been one of the most full-on streaming years I've done in a long while, but it's just kind of hard finding the time with the amount of effort and the amount of extra stuff I'm currently doing. So it's quite hard to find myself being comfortable with taking the time off from other things in order to, just kind of, I don't know, just do stuff for myself. And even when doing the streaming stuff, it's always one of those things where it's always a lot easier having to have streamed for a month rather than starting from scratch, because obviously at that point you don't really have any other people who regularly appear, and it means you're back to square one where you're going with nobody again and I'm not really super active in my community. So people are here, and that's super sick. But ultimately, there's a lot of like time that, I don't know, it is just a bit of like a little grind to get back into it. Like having streamed streaming like once a week, every week was actually a very good idea because people kept showing up. But it's just one of those things that's just really weird to start. After not doing it for a while, it feels a bit wrong, feels a bit strange. I don't know, it's alright. It's not like, it's been much worse rather. It's not like I'm super like down on streaming, it's just not something I've been doing. So that's just kind of the way it goes, really. So watching Wolford hit 100 subs, that was fun. EastEnders channel absolutely kicking off, doing quite well and doing much better than I thought it had any right to, really. So all things are generally going quite well. There's been a lot of thinking and a lot of planning for the next year, and unfortunately you guys were not really in any of my initial plans, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm sure there'll be a time that, I'm sure, like I said, the new year, when I have a lot more time on my hands, I do want to spend the time working on a lot of other stuff. I don't just want to be doing the Watching Wolford channel. I want to be like scripting some videos. I want to be like writing some cool content. I also want to like just do a couple more, like, I want to do a little more, bloody hell, I'm getting distracted by YouTube videos showing up on my feed. I want to do some more, I don't know, I just want to experiment with all the stuff I can do now that I have more free time. Now that I have free time, will I be able to apply myself the way I'd want to? Will I be able to transform into the person I want to be? Will this free time allow me to create a routine where I am still active, yet not actively just wasting fucking time? So yeah, it's been a like when I mentioned this when I was streaming that, like the one time, everybody's like, holy fuck, yeah, that's actually really big, dude, fair play. And it's quite nice to have, it's nice to feel that development, because it may have taken me a little bit longer than I would have necessarily expected, but I'm glad that I'm now at the point where I'm no longer cowering in fear of the future, because the future shouldn't be terrifying, it really shouldn't. And I hope that I can mentally show myself that if I put my mind to it, and if I do genuinely believe, and you know, with the resources I have and the like support network I have around me, like it should be good. It should be fine. And you know, it's a big leap forward for me, and I'm happy to be making it. Yeah, it's a very, I was gonna jokingly say enlightened. It's very content month in review. August fundamentally was a quite dark month, but I spent a lot of the time like grieving, or I would have been grieving a lot of that time just planning into the future and believing that things are going to work out just fine. And it's quite a refreshing feeling, because as far as everybody else knows, this is the first time in my life that I'm not cowering in fear of the future, and that is a great leap forward for me, and a great leap forward in, well, just in my development. Obviously, I don't want to be in the situation where whatever I do ends up failing and I get depressed, because that's not really, you know, that's not really what anyone wants. Like fucking, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go, and then you get back like, I fucking don't want to do anything anymore. Like, if that happens, that'll be absolutely miserable. But like I said, I have a good support circle around me and a lovely community that I can just apply myself back into. And yeah, so that's been another month in review. Did I really talk about August that much? Not really, just about my plans in general. Hope everybody enjoyed it. I do still appreciate everybody who does watch these videos. Obviously it's much more of like a therapeutic thing for me to actually think back and go, okay, Okay, that's good. Like, I look back to what, February, and I'm 90% sure February this year, I was absolutely at the bottom of the fucking barrel, absolutely dejected, feeling terrible. And now I'm like, let's fucking move on. Let's fucking move. Let's move out. Let's get my own place. Let's fucking work on videos. Work on the content stuff. Start properly, like, going hard at all this stuff. So it's just kind of, it's pretty mental, honestly, if we really think about it. But it's also quite refreshing that I will have taken this journey, and I feel like most people want to see someone grow and develop. And I feel like a lot of people probably want to see me actually start to apply myself to different things. Like, not just be terrified of doing anything different and actually start working hard and trying to build something for myself. Like I always have been. But for the longest time, I've never been able to put in that necessary amount of, like, well, I say never been able to. I've just not been strong enough to put in that extra effort that one may need to, you know, take on some of these pretty stark challenges. I desperately hope that I'm not here next month and things have gotten bad. Like, I do just want to, if I want anything, I want this series to show me aiming to go from strength to strength. I want to see me develop. I want to see me do more. I want to see me do better, because, like, I'm 22 years old now, and it's taken me a while to get here, but, like, I am genuinely believing in myself and my capabilities, and it's taken me a very long time to get here, and it is truly, like, fantastic that I've reached this point. And I hope I can, I don't know, maybe, I doubt I'm going to inspire anyone, because, you know, it's not really that kind of situation. But I do hope that I can, like, really, you know, help. I hope that my experience is something that you can relate to, or something you can, you know, vicariously experience. But yeah, it's a very enlightened, very it's a very adult month in review. It's I'm quite pleased with how things are going. I'm quite pleased with how things are. Well, quite pleased with how things are going. And yeah, so thank you for watching another month in review. I have been Ash, and you have been wonderful. I do still appreciate all of you who still, for some reason, like, kind of still act like I exist. And I'm just very happy with where I'm at and where I believe the future will take me. So yeah, let's play back this tape in 6 months when things turn out to be way harder than I have any, like, real tact for, you know. But hey, thank you for watching once again. I do genuinely, if there's one thing I at least did, which was one of the smartest things I did, is I'm so glad that I started streaming all those years ago and managed to build up such, like, a group of people that I could truly be myself with, and a group of people who genuinely kept myself sane and kept me sane throughout really tough times. Like, it's genuinely, it's something that at most points I'd take for granted, but at this point I truly recognize how much having, you know, such people there for me, if I need you, like, that's not something that's afforded to everybody. So I am genuinely very grateful that I'm at a point where I have really good friends, I have really good, like, a really good community to fall back on, and just genuinely just a safe space. So thank you, genuinely. Thank you. I am in awe of just all the progress that's been made. And I'll stop waffling now. So yeah, I've been Ash. Thank you for watching the month in review. This one's keyword is probably content. Probably like growing up, maturing. So yeah, thank you. Bye bye.